Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Rooftop Trombone in the Age of COVID-19, Season 4, Day number 20. That's right, 20 days. I see at least one viewer, so apparently I'm connected this time. Lately, I have to do this twice every evening. Anyway, hi, and quick introduction, and then I'll tell you some stories. My name is Don Bowyer. I am the Dean of the School of Arts at Sunway University, which is in the Kuala Lumpur metropolitan region of Malaysia, right over there under that gorgeous sunset this evening. How about that? How about that sunset? Anyway, oops, I've completely messed up the tripod now, and everything's going to go haywire for a second. Let me get zipped back around. How's that? It's not quite straight. All right, close enough. Hi, we are on day number 20 of our fourth and hopefully final lockdown of this pandemic that's been with us now for what, 3.5, 4, 5 years? It seems like that sometimes. Anyway, as I have done on each of the previous pandemics, I am out on my balcony or my rooftop every evening to play trombone for you, anybody who will listen, anybody who's out in the world, or occasionally neighbors downstairs and across the way in the other condos. You can see condos across the way. I didn't notice if anybody was out today, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they come out after I start playing. Sometimes they yell. You know what time it is? It's an old trombone joke. The two guys sitting around in the middle of the night, and one of them says, "Hey, do you know what time it is?" And the other one picks up a trombone and plays it real loud, and some neighbor yells, "Hey, do you know it's 2 o'clock in the morning?" So that's how you know what time it is. Anyway, the sun is getting even better. I have to show you again. Let's check out this sunset. It's becoming just gorgeous over there. If I wasn't worried about if I wasn't worried about messing up the whole scene of everything. No, if I wasn't worried about the lighting, and you wouldn't see my face if there's a sun behind me. Otherwise, I'd switch it. Anyway, I neglected to tell you something last night that I didn't tell you last night because I didn't actually count it until this morning. But last night was officially the 250th edition of Rooftop Trombone in the Age of COVID-19. 250, so tonight is 251. But we should have celebrated last night 250, and that's over a period of just a little over 14 months. It started on March the 18th, and we were not in a lockdown on March the 18th of this year, but I had a special 1-year anniversary show, which was my 231st Rooftop Trombone in 366 days actually. And here we are now on day 20 of the next lockdown. So 251 in the last 14 months or so. Got to be the busiest trombone player who plays for free anywhere. But I'm happy to have you here. Now there's another special story I have to tell you. As you know, if you've been following season 4, I started off playing Rooftop Trombone Goes to the Movies with some video clips that I created new audio tracks for, and the film companies didn't like that. So 8 nights ago, I started going through 14 days of lockdown miniatures. These are the first 14 days of the third lockdown in January. I composed a very short piece, 1 to 2 minutes, each day, and played it that night, and then put it away and did another one the next day for 14 days back in January of 2021. That was just 4 months ago. Of course, none of these, most of these were never played again, except that one time. And so I decided that for last week and this coming up week, I would do those 14 again. And tonight happens to be day number 8 of that series. So it's Lockdown Miniature number 8. And this one, I mentioned, I teased last night that it came on an auspicious day, and that actually informs the music. This was on January the 20th of 2021, and that date probably means nothing to a whole lot of you, but to some Americans it means a bit. I'm from the U.S. It means a bit in that was the inauguration day, presidential inauguration day, And so my lockdown miniature that I composed during the day of the 20th was a tribute to the presidential inauguration, and it has the subtitle Carnival of Washington. I hope you can catch some allusions to Carnival of Venice, but also to a presidential zone. Here is the lockdown miniature number 8, Carnival of Washington. I'm not warmed up anymore. Thank you. That is lockdown miniature number 8, my tribute to presidential inauguration 2021, subtitled Carnival of Washington. I'm not sure I made any announcements about that when I did it in January, and some of my audience probably got that and some probably didn't. And likewise, maybe tonight you're still wondering, what the heck is he thinking? Anyway, I want to thank you for being here. Tomorrow night I will trot out lockdown miniature number 9. And so if you want to look that up, actually, seriously, if you want to look that up, these miniatures are now published. Sheetmusicpress.com. You could download them between now and tomorrow and follow along and circle all the mistakes I make. And by the way, if you can't remember sheetmusicplus.com, remember my name, donbowyer.com, and scroll through the compositions and find lockdown miniatures and click when there's a link there to it. That's my sales pitch for tonight. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you'll come back tomorrow night when we'll do lockdown miniature number 9. By the way, these are going to run out in another week. 8 through 14 is 7 nights worth, so we've got 6 more of these. But the lockdown is going to go at least a week beyond that to January 7th, we've been told. So I haven't decided what to do for those final 7 days, what I hope will be final. We'll see. Our numbers, by the way, are not getting better. Well, I haven't looked today, but as of yesterday, we've had the last 4 days have been the highest 4 number counts we've had since this pandemic began. So we got to get control so that we can get out of this lockdown. To those of you in the rich part of the world, thanks for buying up all the vaccines, because we didn't get any until March. So we're now we're almost 2 months into, well, we are 2 months now into having vaccines, kind of like where the rich world was in January. Anyway, I'm not going to preach tonight, and there's going to be all kinds of Facebook warnings on this video, probably because I mentioned those words too many times. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. Good night.